I don't know if you guys ever remember seeing it, but there was actually right here is where you would be able to step up onto the porch. So you kind of go around this way, or you can cut through here to go up. So all I've did is I filled that all in with some 2x6s, and then I put lattice all the way around the front and the sides, and I made these steps, put a couple planters on each side. And oh yeah, the other thing that I did was all these poles, the porch was sinking in this way like it was going down, so I jacked up all these posts. There's 4 spots where I've jacked up the porch. So it's quite a bit of work. It took me a good day to do all that. This is what I've been working on for the last little while, last couple days at least. I've been framing in my porch, framing in my front porch in order to make a little sunroom slash mudroom. So this is what I've been collecting these doors for. So I've been going around collecting all these French doors, and some of them I've been buying, like I think that one, and there's that one. I bought those 2 for 50. The 3 white ones at the front, I bought those for 100. But pretty much all these other ones I found for free, like this one here and that one I got for free. Up top here, I'm going to fill that all in. Fill that all in with like some barn board wood or something, maybe some rough pine. So that part will be covered up so that rain doesn't get in there. And then I framed in a door here, and this is a door that I'm going to be using for right here. So found that, picked that up for free off of I think it was Facebook Marketplace. They were giving away this door for free, so it's really nice, solid wood. And then yeah, so same thing over here. I'm going to fill that in with some wood. This is what it looks like right now. I think it looks really nice. I like how, see, I've been filling in between the doors with pieces of wood, just like this. And so I don't even think I'll really have to paint the doors right now. So I've been going side to side on right here, but then up there I've been going up and down. And then on the end here as well, side to side. So I haven't done the sides yet, but I'll probably go up and down with the wood up there along the edge here. Been filling all that in with wood, so I think it's going to look really, really nice in the end. I wasn't too sure how this project was going to go for me and how it was going to look, but I'm actually pretty pleased with what it looks like. This side here, I'm going to change this actually. I had the wood going up and down. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put it going side to side, just to match the other end, and just to match these pieces here. Oh yeah, put the door in too. Got a nice door, opens and closes. Yeah, not bad. This is what the porch looks like right now after a little bit of work. Really haven't been able to get to this project in a little while, so I still have a lot to do. But I cleaned up quite a bit. I got this outdoor patio furniture from a friend. They were getting rid of it, swapping in for new stuff, so they gave it to us, and picked up a little love seat using this wire spool as a table. And over here, I have a toilet and a sink out here. That's for upstairs bathroom renovation, so that's not staying at all. Little bench. I wanted to incorporate these birch logs somehow. May not do it though, but it was just a thought that I had. Maybe I'll use them as decoration somewhere. And then here are the shoes, and that is, I'm telling you, it's been years in the making to have some sort of shoe organization around here. I love it. So it's a nice place to have a place for everyone's boots and shoes. Cat door here that I'm going to be installing for our precious cats, probably in this corner here. Actually, no, there's no room for that. Now the shoe rack's there. So maybe down there at that end, there is some room for it. So that way we can keep this door closed all the time. I have one light right now, but I'm going to install a light here. That's not hooked up to anything right now. It's not hooked up to the wiring, that is, and over here too. So I'm going to put 2 more lights in here, and on the outside I want to put a light right up there and another one down at that corner. And I have this eavesdrop to put up as well. So this is a 2006 Subaru Forester. The engine has been seized because it was ran without any engine oil. The engines are known for leaking out oil. Even without the turbo, these engines are pretty expensive, so it's not really worth it for me to fix this thing up, especially because it's got lots of bad rust. So anyways, making a little bit of extra cash. I'm going to be selling most of my parts on eBay, actually all of the parts except for a couple, like the tires, for example. I'll sell those on Facebook Marketplace, but everything else eBay. That's what I do for a living. Is I have my eBay store. Here's everything that I've taken out of it. This has taken me the whole weekend. I started Friday night and I worked on this all day yesterday, Saturday morning till Saturday night, and then here it is Sunday. It's about Sunday afternoon. There's always going to be some other parts left that you can sell, but I'm pretty much done with it. You know, one thing I'm disappointed about is this ignition. I couldn't get that off. And see, it has these bolts that they filled in the tops of the bolts, and you can't get those out. Let me take you over here and I will show you all the parts that I've taken out. Over here, these are all parts from the doors. So these are the locking mechanisms. See there? Whoops, no, that was just a rock. So yeah, that's the locking mechanism there. So that you mark those, driver's side and passenger side. Same with stuff like this, driver's side, driver. You know, you may look at that and say like, oh yeah, that's definitely the driver. But when I bring this stuff down to my desk, you know, which may be in, I may not get to this stuff in a few months. I don't know. So when I bring it down to my desk, I'll have no idea, you know, what side it came from, and it's very, very confusing. I've learned that from experience, because this is the third car that I've, or third or fourth car that I put up on eBay. So even like these are the window motors, driver, a couple of the speakers, and this is the gasket for around the door, driver's side, passenger side. So yeah, there's lots of stuff like that. These owner manuals sometimes sell. I'll take a look at that, do some research, see if it's worth it listing it. But there are some things that you'll find that are just definitely not worth listing. You know, for example, these are the hinges for the doors. So I took the front door off of the car and I took the hinges off and the door stopped, thinking that it was going to be something good to sell. And then I looked it up on eBay after, and there's like 50 listings of these things, and none of them have ever sold in the past 3 months. So they're not selling for very much. So I decided I'm not going to bother with the rest of the doors. And it's a lot of work to take these off. Actually, I'm just going to throw these right back in there. Forget about that. These are some interior components. There's some modules that I don't know what they do. Integrated unit. And this is something else too. Not sure what those do. There's another one over here, and I'm pretty sure this is the airbag module. I think that's what that one is. But you just punch in the part numbers and you do your research, you find out what it is. This is actually that's non-OEM. Someone put that in for keyless start. That is the OEM keyless entry one there. And then these sell for the high beams and the wiper blades. I think that's the wiper blade, I don't know. And these instrument clusters do definitely sell, and you should note how much mileage your car has in your listing, because people want to know. Steering wheel, it wasn't too hard to take off. I thought I would need some sort of puller, but I didn't. So I just had the yank on it, came right out. This is the gear shifter. This is the whole assembly all together in one piece. And there's the part that mounts onto the transmission. That's gonna be a nice thing to sell. I can feel it. Gas pedal. Look at that thing. There's no cables attached to it. It's all by wire. Huh. These are the airbags. So the only thing you need to know about airbags is that yes, you can sell used ones on eBay. One thing you should do is check with your carrier, your postage, your shipping carrier, to see if you can ship these. They will have to be marked as a dangerous good. On the eBay website, it says that yes, you can sell them, but you cannot send them through US Postal Service. So take that information however you want, do your research. You may have to go with a courier to ship these, but you do have to mark them as a dangerous good because it's an explosive. Other little parts that came around the steering wheel, that's like the I can't remember, what is that, cruise control. And this is a part that it is like you mark that one is for the airbag, the horn, and the cruise control. So that is this steering wheel thing. We got the driver and the passenger mirror. These sell very, very well, especially if they're motorized, which these ones are. Rear view mirror, the wiper arms, take those off, but take the wiper blades off before you sell them. You can sell them as a pair or individually, and that is the rear one. Wiper motor assembly. Oh yeah, gas can lid. Oops. And you'll want to, I just thought I dropped something. Also, you'll want to mark what color it is. So that's very important. I think you can find out that information through the VIN number. I'm not sure, but you want to have like the color code. The left and the right tail light. So you write on it right there, passenger and driver side, because it does get confusing. Once you get this stuff onto your desk, you won't remember what side that is. I mean, you don't want to get it wrong. You don't want to ship someone the wrong side, because I'm going to sell those individually. And that is a rear wiper blade motor. I don't sell the headlights because, unless they're brand new, because the headlights have that fog on them from use, so I don't sell them. And then we got a whole bunch of engine components, under the hood components, like all the airbox. So I saw a listing that someone sold all the airbox components all together, and they did pretty well. Fuse box. These are the hinges for the hood, and the gasket, hood gasket. Another airbox component. That is like ignition control. And then this is a transmission sensor thing. I took that off when I took off the shifter. This is like a brake thing. Oh man, I feel like a dummy because I'm just like, I don't know what it does, but you don't really need to. All you need to know is like what's wrong on your car and what works and what doesn't. So yeah, this is a brake boosting thing. So it has to do with the brake system. This is the MAP sensor. You want to take that. Brake reservoir. But then you're going to find lots of little gems as well while you're doing this. This is one thing. This goes on the power steering pump, which is right there. So it goes on that power steering thing, and these sell very well on eBay. So it's just one of those little hidden gems that you might find. Same with this thing. This is called a banjo bolt, and that is the power steering pump. That took me forever to take that thing off. I don't know what that does. It looks important. There we go, got that one too. I know what it's called, it's on the tip of my tongue. I just don't want to have to think about it. This is the hood latch. So I took all that off and I'm going to sell it. I'll probably just sell it all together, just all in one big assembly. And some bolts to it, all the lug nuts all together in one bag. probably put that up for, you know, not very much, maybe like 20 bucks. I'll do my research, find out, but I'm sure someone will buy that from me. The keys, I was real bummed out I couldn't get that ignition off, but you may be able to sell just the fob by itself. Oh yeah, that thing there, that is the charcoal filter for the evap system, and that is going to be you know, that's going to be a good part to sell. Windshield washer reservoir and the coolant reservoir, those are always good things to sell. People are always wanting to replace those from cracks. And you know, when I take these things out, I'm just looking at things that the size of things, because I don't want to have to ship very large things, and I don't want to have to store very large things. But something like this, like the front bumper, I can easily just leave that outside, and when it sells, I ship it out. But yeah, these are all molding pieces, a lot of different stuff in here. This is the controller for the HVAC system, so that will sell very well. So yeah, a lot of different components here. Like this thing here is it's like the compartment that went right on the top of the dashboard. Do your research and see what sells, because that thing there, I think it was $80 plus shipping. I saw some of the listings that have sold. So what I like to do is just type in, you know, I typed in 2006 Subaru Forester and looked at all the sold listings for used items, and you just see what people are buying. You know, for example, the headrests and the sun visors, people are buying those. So that's kind of a review of everything. Like I said, there's still lots more parts that you could probably take off this thing, but I don't really want to. Yeah, this is the steering knuckle. I saw on eBay that these were selling pretty well. It's a bit difficult to take off. I mean, you can take these bolts out, and then the lower ball joint. But the only problem is that these bolts here are just completely stripped, so I'd have to try and find a way to take these off. And then you gotta knock out the axle shaft, which isn't very hard. But hey, I may still go for it. Actually, doesn't seem that bad. There is the rear differential for the four-wheel drive, and that still works. So you could take that off. Man, that's a lot of work. I don't really like to take out very much from underneath the car, because I don't have a lift, and you know, you have to kind of crawl on all this gravel. It's not very fun. Last couple things over here I want to show you. We got a catalytic converter that I took out. It actually wasn't too bad to take it all out. I took an angle grinder and cut off those two bolts there, and then I used my impact gun and I took out these 3 bolts on the manifold, and it just fell right off. No, it didn't actually. It was a bit of work to get this whole thing out, but I did it, and it has the O2 sensors in it as well. So I might just sell this as is to a local catalytic converter guy. You know, you shop around, you could get these things, you could make anywhere between $100 to $200 on this cat. Yeah, you can sell them on eBay too. eBay has weird rules. The only thing that they want you to do is mark that it is a scrap value only catalytic converter and not to be reused on a vehicle. But even though I see people on eBay selling it as a working cat, but I don't know, eBay has policies, and then you see a whole bunch of people not following the policies. I don't know. Yeah, the only other thing are these tires. I will be selling those on Facebook Marketplace because they have a lot of good tread left on them. And the battery will go in as scrap, and the hood is aluminum, so I'll be bringing that in as scrap metal as well. We are right in the middle of a heat wave. I got some stuff to go to post office, so put that there. Where's my hat? Just had a delivery here, and for some reason the kids just emptied out everything, left the boxes and the bubble wrap everywhere, so I'll have to clean that up. But yeah, I've had a delivery from Costco, and here is my truck. This stepladder thing, I picked that up at the dumpster, same place where I found a whole bunch of 2x4s I guess they're still cleaning out one of their units behind in this commercial park, and so this was at the dumpster too. So I just threw it in the back of the truck, along with this door, aluminum door. It's like a storm door, screen door, whatever. And then these little table here, I always like getting these. They're very handy to have around. And there's 3 air conditioners and 4 of the inserts, and as usual, lots and lots of copper. I want to get the truck emptied out, or at least get this one out, and then maybe make a little bit of room, because I want to go back to that dumpster because there's a really nice glass case that I want to grab along with some wood. So I'm going to go back, but yeah, I got to empty out that ladder for sure.
Oh, you have the picture.
Yeah. Oh, bad news. It's gone. It was right here. It's a great big glass cabinet. It was so nice. Don't know. The only reason why I wanted it was to resell it, so it would have been a pretty cool thing to have flea market, but I don't plan on doing the flea market for much longer. I'm gonna grab some of this wood. I think it's like tongue and groove pine. Pieces aren't that. It's a couple of feet, at least 3 feet, I think. So I'll grab a lot of that. That's about it. And over here, some motors. I'll grab these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is it. So one of my least favorite things to do is truck repairs, car repairs, but this has been needed for a little while. Upper and lower ball joints, I'm replacing those today, along with the brakes and rotors. Yeah, this is the old one, and look at all that play on that. And these are the new ones. You can't play with that at all. It doesn't move. So definitely a good feeling to get these taken out and replaced, because I knew they were bad. But I'm going to show you in a second the bill for all these parts is incredible. The cost between getting it done at a shop and doing it yourself. So I also picked up a ball joint removing tool. I bought this on sale for 50 bucks. It was a good deal. And these are the lower ball joints. I'm going to press those out. And these are the upper ones. And they don't get, for the second generation Chevy Silverado, they don't have them where you can press out the top ones. They just come in one big assembly with a control arm. Yeah, and I got the brakes and rotors there. So let's go see the bill over here. It's incredible. Okay, so yeah, this is the quote that they gave me at the shop, and I get it. You know, they have a shop to run, they have employees, they have overhead, they need to make their money, and I understand that 100%. But the difference between getting someone to do it for you and doing it yourself is night and day. So here we go. The control arms for just these parts, 215 and 237 for the left and the right. So you're looking at $450 just for these two things. And the hours, which is fine, is 2 hours is $220 for the work, and then a wheel alignment. So I'm going to have to get that done regardless at the end. So yeah, look at that, $879.86 when it's all said and done. $879. So I said, well, I can't afford that, so I'm going to have to do it myself. So I went out and I bought all the parts online. This is just a Canadian parts store. I think it's called Parts Avatar is where I got from. Control arm, 61 bucks. Front brake pads, 59. Lower ball joints. So 2 of these lower ball joints, $20 each, $18.92. And another control arm is $61 for the left and right, $61 each, and the 2 rotors is $59.99. Yep, subtotal $332. After taxes, $382. Incredible. So that's the thing with, if you can do it yourself, do it. Oh yeah, I bought this tool for $50. So, you know, I'm going to be parts and tools right now. I'm at about $430 around that. So yeah, if you have the time, if you have the tools, you want to go ahead and try to do it yourself, because man, oh man, you're going to be saving yourself a ton of money. Because they were just going to do just the uppers for $879. I'm doing the uppers, lowers, and the brake pads and rotors for $450. Incredible. Fast forward to Sunday. I have this side done, except for the brake caliper. I was putting it back together and I see the brake calipers shot. So there's two pistons and one piston isn't going out as much, so I have to buy new brake calipers. I already purchased them actually, and I purchased them online again, saving 163 bucks by going online versus the box store. It's crazy. So right now I'm working on the passenger side, and Sunday I'm pretty sure I'll get this all put back together, and then I'll wait for the calipers to come in this week. But yeah, it's going together pretty well. I finally got this ball joint press figured out. I just did it right now. The other side, it took me hours to figure it out. But so the kit that I bought there, it doesn't have a ring that's wide enough to push the ball joint back in. So I got this 2-inch. I had this 2-inch socket. It's a 3/4 inch drive. I had that and it fits it perfect. So I was able to use that, and it pushes the ball joint back in. There's this ring here. I actually had to cut it in half. So it's this one right here that came with the kit. I actually had to cut it right in half because if I were to leave it full, it wouldn't be able to fit inside this clamp. So that is my setup right now. Pretty much have it pressed all the way in there. I'll give it a few more turns, but yeah, this one went in no problems. The other side took me most of the day to figure that thing out. Oh, I was cursing it. So total cost of all the parts, I calculated up $538. That includes the calipers, some new hoses, and everything else. Versus going to a mechanic. Wow, saving a ton of money doing this way. It has been a really good summer for scrap metal, at least for me. Prices are good, and the scrap just keeps on coming in. I'll show you what I'm doing right now, guys. My shop is giving me lots of copper these days, so I'm just cleaning it up a little bit, putting it in number 1 and number 2 buckets. There's my brass, and that is for loose steel. I found a new technique that I really like. I want to share with you guys for dealing with ACRs, aluminum copper rads. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I bought this thing here. It's an air hammer, and it works really, really well. This is a good one. Ingersoll Rand, I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, really good brand, really good tool there. Let me show you what I'm doing. All right, so first I'm just going to clean this up as best I can here. There's lots of brass on this, so I'm going to cut off the brass and other bits that I can get at. And you get all these noodles nice and exposed. You can, I'll take this hammer. I like to use this bit right here. It's just your standard chisel. And just go to work. So as you can see there, it leaves a fairly clean cut. There's a few pieces that are kind of overlapping over the steel, which will make it harder to get this steel plate off, but for the most part, it shears it right off. So there's a little bit of a learning curve to using it. I like doing this a lot better than using a saw because it's easier to hook up and cleaner to use, safer to use. It doesn't create as much dust, stuff like that. Yeah, so I just like using this a little bit more. Then I've been using cut-off discs for most of the time. And the cut-off discs, I go through discs, you know, every time I bring a truckload, I think I may go through 3 cut-off discs. I usually have them, when I'm doing the cutting, I have it facing inside this hopper, you know, to collect all the noodles at the very end. And yeah, that's about it. Just clean these off. Really well. I've had a few that have been pretty stubborn. That's how I'd like every single one to go. So there we go. This weekend I'm going to do some R&R. Got the canoe packed up. My son's bicycle is there. Fishing gear, trolling motor battery, trolling motor. So what I'm doing is heading up to the cabin, and my family's up there right now. We picked up this cabin a few months ago. It's just a nice little place where we can get away and you know, do cabin stuff. It's in a trailer campground, so pretty close proximity to everybody, but it's really nice. It has flushing toilets and you know, electricity, running water, all that sort of stuff. And we picked it up a few months ago. Here's our little campground. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, so I gotta really watch what I'm doing here. My son said he wiped out on his bike going down that hill. So yeah, it's pretty nice water here. This is the Ottawa River, but it's like a bay, an inlet. So we really don't see the river. It's kind of a, oh my God, look at all those boats over there. Lots of boats out there today. So I'm gonna pull up to our, oh, there's just a car in the way. Maybe I can get by. But yeah, I'm gonna pull up to our cabin in a second here. And there's our little cabin right there. So I'm just going to stop here on the road and unload. And here's the front porch. All right, let's go inside and do the grand tour. There we go. So this is the main living room. We have, what do we got here? We got a recliner, a futon, and we got our little TV entertainment system. We got the Wii and the Wii U, DVD player with some movies, some board games, toys in the corner. And then you go up this one little step here, which is not really secure. Gotta bolt that in. Then you come up here and it's inside of the trailer. So we have one bed. Usually Parker sleeps there. And the missus and I usually sleep here. And then over there, usually Spencer likes to sleep in the recliner or on the futon. And then you come over here and we have Parker doing some dishes.
Hi.
Hello. We got the old refrigerator, still works. Propane, gas grill, oven. And then a little kitchen eating area. I gotta take this fan down. I always hit my head on this thing. and it doesn't work, so I gotta take that down. I don't know where the light is for that. This is my favorite part of the whole cabin. Watch me go into the bathroom here. And over here is the bathroom. You go in this tiny little hallway, and there we go. Sink, toilet, shower. Don't just come in. I want to see it. All right, Spencer. Show them what happened here.
So I was going very fast down a hill on my bike.
Yeah.
And I just like crashed, and I just got a lot of road rash.
You got some road rash. Let's see up there, if you don't mind. Youch! Jeez, that looks like it's painful. He's taking it like a man.
Yep.